Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I'm back with another video on the Caledine Sisters.
Yeah. Said your voice is mine. Oh yeah. Said your voice is mine.
So as you can see today guys, I'm by myself, I'm not with my sister.
Because I'm here! Hello! Hi guys, nice to see you. I'm just going to shut up because I'm not part of this video.
She's not in this video today because I'm going to be doing a Worst Witch Q&A and it's been a very highly requested video. You guys have been asking me questions about Worst Witch for so long and I haven't really had the chance to actually just sit down and answer all your questions. So I put an Instagram poll up and I'm going to be answering all your questions and it's crazy. I'm going to be answering as much as I can because you guys went crazy with, you know, all the comments. It's mad. Yeah. Thank you for the support though. So I'm going to answer as many as I can. Before we get onto this video, make sure to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you know when we're next uploading. And yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. So the first question is, what is The Worst Witch? So The Worst Witch is a kids TV show about witches that appears on CBBC, Netflix, ZDF in Germany and many other platforms around the world. And yeah, just keeping it nice and simple. The next question is, how did you get onto The Worst Witch and what was the audition process like? So this is quite a long story actually. Where do I even start? Normally when you act, you have an agent and your agent sends you for work and different auditions. So I was sent for The Worst Witch and actually I did about 4 auditions to get through the whole process. I was auditioning against people in London, Birmingham and Manchester. So there were thousands of people auditioning for this role, Indigo Moon, which I play. And I remember, yeah, going through about 4 rounds. There was like a group of people and then the second round was just me with the producer, and then the third round was the director, and then the 4th round would have been with the writer. And it kind of just, you know, built up every single step of the way. So yeah, the audition process was, it was actually quite fun from what I can remember. Like I really enjoyed it, and like being able to just be given another chance to just prove myself and show what I could do was, yeah, really amazing for me. I don't remember it being too stressful. I was quite young, so I remember it actually being quite enjoyable. And I remember learning the script on my trampoline in the summer and yeah, just living life. Okay, so the next question is, are you still friends with the cast? So cast all live in different places. Some of us live outside of London, some of us live in London, and even when we live in London, some of us are in north, south, like, you know, it all varies. So it's kind of hard to stay in touch, as in face to face, especially when we're all carrying on doing our acting and we've all got different jobs and some of us are travelling abroad, etc. But in terms of keeping in touch on social media and phone calls and stuff, we did do like a house party call and like a Zoom call as well, just to like stay in touch. And in fact, we was talking on the WhatsApp group chat earlier. So yeah, we do still keep in touch in real life, but I haven't seen them in a while in real life, like face to face. So yeah. The next question is, what was it like on the last day of set? So the last day of set, actually, I cried. I was really upset to leave. I didn't really expect to cry because I'm not really the crying type. But yeah, on the last day when they said that's like a golden wrap for Kelsey, and I knew that was, you know, that was it for the whole season, I just thought, yeah, I don't know, I just started crying. So it was really emotional. It was really emotional. Yeah. So yeah, it was very emotional, and to have all the cast, you know, clapping for you and everyone was hugging me, and you know, it's a very emotional time on like your last golden wrap. So yeah. The next question is, how old was you when you did The Worst Witch? So I did series 3 and series 4. And in series 3 I was 13 and I was in year 8, and in series 4 I was 14 and I was in year 9. So yeah, that's about it. I was quite young. It feels like a day ago, but really it was actually like 2 years ago. So yeah, I've matured a lot since then. It's crazy. The next question is, what time did you have to wake up to go to set? So it really did depend. Sometimes we would wake up, you know, at 6 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes we would have to wake up at 11 o'clock. Sometimes it would be 8. It would just really vary on what scene they were doing first and whether you were in that scene. But if we didn't go into set like that early, then we would have to go into school. So we would probably be in by 8 maybe. But it really does vary. I couldn't really put a definite time on that, a specific time on that. The next question is, if you could play someone else's role, who would you play? So I've actually thought about this, and the cast is like, we've actually talked about it like all together. I would probably play Sybil, just because she's quite a shy character and I quite like to play the quiet role. I don't know, I find that quite enjoyable because my character Indigo Moon is quite enthusiastic, loud, clumsy. So Sybil's kind of the opposite, and I would have, you know, I would like to try like a different side. So yeah, I would play Sybil. The next question is, are you going to continue acting? Yes, I am going to continue acting. I hope to continue acting for a really long time. I have a lot of goals and dreams that I want to pursue in acting. And yeah, I'm just going to keep going and see where everything goes. It's a very tough industry. Obviously prepared to work hard and see where I can go with my acting career. Next question is, what were the funniest moments in The Worst Witch? There were so many funny moments. There were so many funny moments, I can't explain. Series 4 especially. Series 4 especially. There's not one specific funny moment. Everything was just funny. Honestly, everything was a joke. It was all so funny, especially in the house with the girls when, you know, we would play about, like we would spray each other with water and chase each other around the house. Actually, one time I remember I broke the banister in the house because I was leaning on it and I was doing an impression of somebody and the banister just collapsed. Next question is, did you have stunt doubles for some scenes? Yes, I did have stunt doubles, as we are only allowed to be on set for a certain amount of time. So if my time was running out, then my stunt double would take over. I asked my stunt double to sit in instead so that my time could be spared for the bits where they actually needed my actual face. But you guys won't notice it because it's so it's covered up so well. You guys wouldn't notice, but obviously I can notice when it's my stunt double and when it's me. To be honest, I didn't even notice the first time, but when I look really closely I can tell when it's me and when it's not me. So yeah. Question, what were your favourite things to do when you weren't on set? So when we went on set, most of the time we would have to do tuition, but obviously we would get breaks and we would make TikToks, we would watch Netflix, we would play games, we would just chill, make jokes. Like, it was really free. We could really do what we wanted. Like, we didn't have to do a certain thing, like, you know, yeah, we didn't have to do a certain thing. Question is the mistakes while filming. Mistakes while filming would just be kind of messing up my line, if I did mess up my line, because we would get our lines to learn the day before. So it was, sometimes you could have a big paragraph that you have to learn in one night, and it can be quite stressful, especially around everyone else and around the directors and the crew. And sometimes, yeah, you will mess up your line like everyone did. It was not, it's a very normal thing. So that would probably be the only mistake. Or maybe if you don't understand what the director's saying for like 2 seconds, but really it was just, you know, stumbling on my lines. But when you do make mistakes, you're allowed to go over it, and if you have any questions you can ask the director. It's very chill, the director's very nice. It's not like you have to take it in one take like theatre. You can take multiple takes, and if you're not happy with it then you can speak to the director and see what he thinks, etc, etc. This question is, did you enjoy it and was it a good experience? Yes, it was a very, very good experience. I think that is definitely an opportunity that a lot of people are not given, and I'm so blessed to be given an opportunity like that. As I want to do acting in the future, it's like a stepping stone, and all of the jobs you do like will lead on to bigger things. The more experience you have, the more chance you have to do well in the future. So definitely an experience that I'll miss 100%. The next question is, what were the hardest scenes to film? Hardest scenes to film were probably the green screen ones, just because sometimes you would be harnessed up and you would have to be like swung across the room upside down. Once I remember I was on a harness and I had to like swing off a broom upside down, and I was being like flown across the room. It isn't a very straightforward process, and sometimes it can take a very long time, because it's not based on how well you say your lines. It's kind of to do with technology and everything. It's kind of confusing, but I would say those were the hardest scenes to film. The next question is, what was it like shooting the scenes with Magic? Well, that's a secret for me to know and for you to never find. No, I'm joking, guys. That is a Worst Witch confidential piece of information that I cannot share with you today. The next question is, how did you feel about getting the role? So actually, I do remember when I first got the role, I came home from school and my mum was standing at the front door with my dad, and they said, oh yeah, my mum lied to me and she said that I didn't get the role. And I remember being upset, but I wasn't too fussed, because in the acting industry there are a lot of rejections and you don't make it a lot of the time. You actually get more rejections than you obviously get jobs. So, you know, it was kind of like, okay, we move on and next audition, let's go. But it was kind of like, we move, you know, let's just move on from it. But then she turned around to me and she said, I'm joking, you got it. And I just remember being really shocked, really shocked, and so grateful and so relieved, because I worked hard for that role. I remember practicing the script so much. I wanted that role so bad. Honestly, I remember sitting in my bed with my mum, probably the night before the final audition, and saying to her, I'm gonna get this role for you, I'm gonna get this role for you. And yeah, I managed to get it. So I was just so relieved and so happy that I could have, you know, proven myself and shown my mum that I can do it, and I got it for her and for myself. But yeah. The next question is, what was it like being new and making new friends? So when I started The Worst Witch, I was very shy. I didn't talk much. And I didn't have much confidence, and that's why I thank Worst Witch, because it brought out my confidence. So it brought out my maturity, it brought out independence, and it made me a lot more confident in myself. And during the experience I made a lot of new friends, and yeah, we just became more of a family than just friends. It was, yeah, like a family, because we were all in the same house. Yeah, I filmed my first day on set with... The next question is, what was the first day on set like? So the first day on set was actually really overwhelming. My first day on set with a girl called Amelia, who played Joy. Everyone was so kind and everyone was understanding, and like everyone on the set, like director, producer, like assistant director, all of them were really supportive of me, and they were making sure I was okay, like makeup, hair, like stage assistants. They were all just, everyone was so supportive, and everyone made sure that I was okay and everything, and it's just really nice. How long did one episode take to film? One episode took about, it really did depend on what was in the episode, but I think one episode probably took a week. It was all separate, and you know, some was filmed in the first month of filming, some was filmed in the last month of filming. It was all screwed with, but yeah, it took probably about a week, I would say. And to wrap this video up with the last question. The question is there a season 5 on The Worst Witch, and will you be in it? Well guys, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. That's the Caroline Sisters, and I'm out.
Yeah. Said your voice is mine.